Welcome, Derby fans, to the hangar at Oaks Park. We'll get the bout underway in just a few minutes here. This evening's activities feature the arch rival All-Stars from St. Louis. Give it up, give it up. And tonight they'll be facing the four-time defending world champion Wheels of Justice. All right, before we get this derby started, I'd like to just shout out our officials for all their help, non-skating and skating, for all their help keeping the bout safe and fair today and this whole weekend. We'd also like to thank the hundreds of volunteers it's taken to put this tournament on. Please give everybody a round of applause. Whoop, whoop. We thank everyone so much for helping us put this awesome event on. So without any further ado, my name is Toe Furious. I'm joined up this evening on the mic by Shifty and Adam. And what do you have, Shifty?
I'm going to introduce the arch rival roller derby, arch rival All-Stars. Number 1057, Sheer Powers. Number 15, Bolt Action. Number 1900, Cloak and Drag Her. Number 32, Shaquille O'Neal. Number 567, Splatter. Number 6080, Dad Bod. Number 618, Cruella. Number 718, Lux Furious. Number 810, Kay Woodward. Number 904, Aaron Go Brawl. And number 911, Pork Chop Slamwich.
What about these guys?
And the Jammers, 1853 Vicious Van Gogo. Number 48, Bricktator. Number 68, Swanson. And 89, Hart.
All right, now. And now it's my honor to introduce number 0, Zip. Wearing 00 on a roll. Number 21, Stan the Woman. 210, Tenacity. 23, Gallifrey. 24 is Beans. 247, Mia Palau. Number 28, Alicia Nisbet Smith. 340, the one and only Bonnie Thunders. 401, Tarantula. 65, Simonis. 700, Spring Roll. 757, give it up for your captain, Morgan Levy. 77 is Lauren Much. And last but never least, 79, Lil Regulator, The Wheels of Justice are coached by Kyle Adams and Rolls. Give it up for the Wheels of Justice.
All right, Wheels of Justice. Always an exciting introduction.
With choreography. Even.
Yes. I like the punching.
Yeah. I
When
mean,
in
it's
doubt.
roller derby. We all like the punching.
Everybody's got to punch the air. You don't get a penalty if it's only the intro. Scott Chicken back for one more game.
And I'm here, Mamie Theisenhower.
Thank you, Mamie, for sticking around for the extra game.
My
so
pleasure.
I don't have to just talk into the ether by myself.
No, this has been an exciting weekend. I am real happy to be here.
It has been good, and it's good to have you back on the microphone.
Yeah. It's, this may be, don't quote me on it, but this may be the best game of the whole tournament.
Maybe. Could be. There have been great games all day, so
The first game of the day was unbelievable.
that was a delight. And the last game also very, very nice. But right now we got Bonnie Thunders and Swanson jamming for Rose City and Arch Rival respectively.
Starting off strong for both teams.
And Swanson,
Nasty hit by Tarantula.
but did not go out of bounds.
Yep.
Swanson gets the one hand out, keeps the other. Tarantula's like, what?
I thought I was recycling you,
But
but
no. That. See, always check before assuming. I don't know, I was trying to come up with some sort of action movie.
And Bonnie Thunder's got a little assistance from her pivot, but not enough. Coming back in.
Mia Palau with the stripe for this first jam, and Swanson wisely says, that skater out of play. I'm going to keep going. Tenacity off to the penalty box.
First penalty of the game. And Thunders is out on the passing lap. And the jam is called off before she can re-enter the pack.
Arch Rival up early, 8-0 after one jam. But we've got like 40 more to go. So
Yeah, you know. It's a good first one, though. Excellent start.
next on the Jam on Hawthorne jam line, Vicious Van Gogh for Arch Rival Lauren Much, number 77 for Rose City. Only the one skater Tenacity in the Laughing Planet penalty box. Much rolled out and well back.
And Much is out.
Yeah. Hard to stop that one.
Yeah.
Vicious Van Gogh also clear, half a lap behind or so as Lauren Much back into the pack.
Calls it
Dances
up from
around.
that interior.
Yes. Grabs 3 of the 4, calls off the jam, and holds Arch Rival scoreless. Now we'll hand off to Bricktator and Zip. Do not have like weekend. Would have been good to have like weekend stat package for this, so we could say, here's how many points these people have scored.
Incredible. We'll probably
But
get
no.
that
Like
way later on.
in a week and a half, yeah.
Yes.
After everything's entered. Bricktator was trying on the outside or inside line, nothing doing.
And we've seen a lot of interruption in that arch rival wall, but they've also been very successful in making sure the opposing jammer can't get by. But
We got
arch rival blocker going to the box.
Yes, and Tarantula also. Tarantula on the direction. Forearm for splatter. And Bricktator out first, lead jammer.
Does an apex jump? Doesn't land
No.
it.
Alicia Nisbet-Smith says, my hips think that you will not make this work.
And thankfully, the rules are such that if you cut the track but put yourself back to
Yes.
recycle yourself, you're okay. It's not a penalty.
Exactly. Kay Woodward also over in the penalty box for Arch Rival, serving a direction penalty.
Tarantula re-entering the track.
And Bricktator finally completes the scoring run for 4. As Zip just held up at the back.
Ooh.
Mia Palau trying to break things free, but then having to break back to defense, and now again, and takes the star. Finally completing that star pass. Rick Tater calls off the jam. 3 of 4 on the second pass. A 7-point jam. Now 15-3. Arch rival. Arch rival playing this game very similar to the way they play Victoria, which is just shut the jammer down and let their own jammers run amok.
Honestly, can't get better strategy than that.
No, it's working really well.
And that's honestly a little surprising given the strength of the Rose City Jammers. These are not mild competitors.
Right, yes.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. That arch wall is like a very fast amoeba. It splits apart and comes right back together again.
Hart jamming for arch rival Bonnie Thunders with the star for the Wheels of Justice.
And Bonnie is shoving that wall forward. I think we're going to see her try to pick off each blocker in turn. Getting some good assistance from teammate number 65, Simonis,
yeah.
Pardon me.
That's all right. Not Simonized. That's a totally different thing.
That's very different.
But Arch also absorbing those shots perfectly well. All 4 blockers for Arch rival up at the front. Shira Powers, Bolt Action, Dadbot, and Cruella. Nobody stepping back to bridge, leaving that to Simonis now.
And that slippery floor takes another victim.
Yes.
Takes another couple victims. And after a messy pack, and a messy block.
Finally, a minute 15 into the jam, Bonnie Thunders gets the lead.
Dadbod making every effort to get Bonnie out, but unfortunately they go out themselves.
They did, yes. Would have been great had they not, but
yeah,
because Bonnie did quite the fly. Dadbod, that was a good solid hip.
Heck
But this
yes,
time, Bonnie Thunders with motion able to get around Dadbod for 4 points. And Hart, not able to get past Simonis.
Incredible hit.
Yes, this has been a rough jam for Hart. Hart's been dumped to the outside repeatedly.
And right before tripping over the opposition, Bonnie calls off the jam and has a quick chat with Kira Duncan.
A quick conversation. 2 points, 6 total on the jam, 15-9. And next on the Jam on Hawthorne jammer line, Swanson and Lauren Much. As the Wheels of Justice going with 3 jammers. Well, one
Much
of them
just had an opening to the outside line. Took it with all speed.
Swanson cuts to the
and
inside.
does it again.
Yep.
That outside edge was just there.
Wide open. Lux Furious focusing more on the blocker, I think, than the jammer coming up. But then Lauren Much very fast and super maneuverable. So would have been a tricky run. 2-point game now, 13-15. As Arch rival held scoreless for the last 2 jams. Zip back out to jam for the Wheels of Justice. Vicious Van Gogh jamming again for Arch rival.
Incredible.
Yeah, Vicious Van Gogh bumping off of on a roll and breaking through.
A really fast arch rival wall, not enough to stop Zip.
Oh, and a penalty called. High block, sending Vicious Van Gogh to the box. Power jam for Zip and a Killer Burger, Killer Apex jump as well.
And this will be the full 2-minute jam. And it's 4 points on the board already for Rose City. And suddenly, 4 more.
Yes. Shira Powers also standing in the penalty box, the Laughing Planet penalty box for Arch rival. 8 on the board for Zip.
And Arch is doing a combination of creating that 3 wall and moving forward just a little.
And Shira Powers picking up a cut track for the, must have been illegal re-entry on that run. So back to the penalty box for the arch rival pivot.
And we already have 12 points on the board for Rose.
Headbot knocks out Zip and then unfortunately gets in the way of Vicious Van Gogh. But Vish is able to break through, picks up the 4. As Zip rolled back. Both
Push.
action,
Yeah.
the knockout earlier.
A lot of pushes to the outside in this part of the jam.
They're just trying to get closer to the merch booth.
I mean, who wouldn't? That merch is
It
amazing.
is. On a roll, rolling Vicious Van Gogh back. I am not sure what the arch rival bench is chanting over there, but it seemed like a big let's just relax.
I hope it wasn't call it off because they couldn't.
that was not going to happen. 16-5 on the jam, and we've got a lead change. Wheels of Justice now up 29-20.
Incredible jam.
Woo. Good use of that first power jam of the game.
And also good work on both teams. The penalty box is empty, that Laughing Planet penalty box.
Yes.
So we have the full complement of players, and Little Regulator comes out for lead jam.
Yes, the Regulator's first jam of the game. Brictator with the star for arch rival. Shrugs off the hit from Mia Palau.
Nesbitt Smith with a mega hit.
Lucy was just standing there like, I'm not moving. I didn't, that wasn't illegal. And it was not, Brictator.
And it was not. That's just being a real strong blocker.
Yes. Brictator breaking out. Little Regulator calls off the jam 33-20. Just under around 19 minutes to go in the first half. Bonnie Thunders out to jam against Pork Chop Slamwich. Number 911 for arch rival. Pork Chop Slamwich's first jam of the game.
And Thunders is really trying to break that seam and having real trouble between Dad Bod and who is that? Shira Powers.
It's like, I'm going to get up. I'm not really holding you down, buddy. It's okay.
Well, they all had to kind of unentangle themselves before
Exactly.
anyone could move.
Bolt action had been the kickstand now on the run back, but not quite able to regroup everyone, luckily, for arch rival anyway. Bonnie Thunders runs into the rest of the pack.
And where else are you going to go?
Pork Chop Slamwich finally finds room on the outside. Grabs lead jammer.
And Thunders goes into the penalty box.
Oh. I did not see what penalty was, but maybe
I'm
it will
sure
show
that'll
up on the
come
board.
up soon.
We can hope.
It was a cut track.
Aha. So, second power jam of the game. First one for arch rival. Oh, but Pork Chop Slamwich also going to the penalty box. Tried to call it off, but also called on a cut track.
And therefore, there is no lead jammer.
No.
And Bonnie Thunders has been released from the box so that we can continue playing this game.
34 seconds left in the jam.
That's
And
plenty of time for Bonnie Thunders. Come on.
Sure. Thunder's now done with the initial pass. So
And
both jammers on a scoring run. Pork Chop Slamwich out of the box and just
both,
stuck.
both jammers very stuck, but not for long.
Oh, nice swing through by Stan the Wool Man. But up and through Pork Chop Slamwich and Bonnie Thunders 4-4, and the jam comes to a close. That was a lot of work for not a lot of points.
Yeah, in fact, no gain from either side.
77 Lauren Much. And number 68 Swanson back out to the jam on Hawthorne jam line. Conversation between the Rose City, or both coaches, with Kurt So Good. Outside pack refs checking in as well. And here we go.
And there we go.
Wow. All right.
Swanson seeing a major opportunity on that inside line. Takes it, and there's... That's a failure to reform penalty.
Splatter running a little bit too far away before everyone had stopped. did pull Lauren Much back quite a ways. Much now out of the box, or out of the pack rather, and working through. Swanson calls off the jam, did grab all 4. So now we're at 9 points, 37-28.
And about half of this first half to go.
Yes, yes. Splatter, the only resident of the Laughing Planet penalty box. Zip jamming against Vicious Van Gogh.
And you can see Zip coming up through the front, getting some excellent assistance from Honor Roll. And yet, it's not quite enough, not yet.
No.
And the pack is split far enough apart that Honor Roll is going to have to bridge soon. But we keep trying.
Yes, we do. Shira Powers trying to break Vicious Van Gogh free.
Dad bod rolls Zip back. Ooh.
Zip, somebody getting going to the box for something. Zip is lead jammer.
That was
And quickly
that was an
calls it off.
illegal hit. That
Yeah.
was when Zip was trying to get over the apex jump and was hit in the air. And that was by Splatter, so that was a low block.
Yes, Splatter picking up their 3rd penalty of the game.
Pretty early for that.
Pretty early.
But
So
we'll
it's
see how that
0-0
goes.
jam. We stay 37-28. Bricktator out to jam against Spring Roll number 700. Spring Roll's first jam of the game.
So that's a pretty deep bench of jammers.
Yeah, the Rose City's got plenty of people who can skate really fast.
And with fresh legs comes
Right.
fresh moves.
Exactly.
Spring Roll is in the lead. And we've got Arch's pivot going to the penalty box.
Spring Roll accelerates up the inside. Gets past Lux Furious for the 4 points.
And Bricktator is still struggling.
Yeah, Bricktator locked up by Alicia Nesbitt-Smith and Mia Palau on the inside edge. Nothing going as Spring Roll adds 4 more to the Wheels of Justice total. And again, catching the pack in the middle of the track and relatively stationary, able to cut to the inside. This time the outside door closed. As Splatter was able to shut things down and a cut track. Oh. Well,
There we
12
go.
Yep, 12 on the board and possibly more points in the helmet cover right now. Star
And-
pass from Bricktator.
So we now have Kay Woodward as the new jammer for Arch Rival. And now is able to score points.
35 seconds.
Oh, so
almost.
close.
Almost. Got some of them, just not all. Mia Palau with the run back.
There we go. That's what we're looking for.
There's our first pivot turn jammer points of the game.
All right, only a couple seconds left in this jam, but plenty of opportunity to pass a few more players. Almost. Keep getting thrown into the inside.
And jam comes to a close, 4 for each.
But that was a total of 16 for Rose City.
Yeah, 16 to 8, 8-point net gain for the Rose Cities, 53 to 36. And a timeout called by Arch Rival. This timeout brought to you by Deb Count Sabor, Rose City's official realtor. Welcome to PDX.
I feel welcome. Thank you.
That's good. That's all Deb wants, is for you to feel welcome here in Portland.
And if ever I need to move,
That's exactly.
I
Next
know where
time
to
you're
go
buying a
to.
house, give Deb a call. So yeah, Rose City, a couple of 16-point jams to help sort of stretch that lead out.
yep.
But it does still feel like Arch Rival has the chance. They've just had a couple of times where it didn't quite go as planned.
Well, I think what they're finding is that I feel like what we're seeing is that Rose City is having the total package of offense and defense and being able to switch back and forth, even in individual players. And Arch isn't being quite nimble enough to match that speed. And,
Yeah.
you know, very few teams are. That's
Yeah, and as you mentioned earlier, the Rose City Jammer bench, they started with a 3 rotation, and then they're dropping in others here and there. Bonnie Thunder's not dropped in, but rather pushed through to grab lead. Jammer Hart.
Oh, classic Thunder's move.
Yes. Hart had cleared the pack for Arch Rival, but Bonnie Thunders grabs the 4, calls off the jam. Now 57-36, 21-point game. And Bonnie will pass off jammer duties to number 77, Lauren Much, who will be joined at the Jam on Hawthorne jammer line by Vicious Van Gogo from Arch Rival. Each team 1 blocker in the penalty box. Gail Frey serving a high block for Rose City. Bolt action for the illegal contact for Arch. Much towards the front,
And
contending with Woodward and Cloak and Drag her.
And unfortunately, even with all of that energy, was able to be pushed out to the outside, so has to do it all over again.
Yes, Cloak and Drag her picking up a forearm penalty, probably on that push out.
And Vicious Van Gogo taking the lead.
So a worthy,
Ooh, oh, almost complete apex jump.
Almost.
Really nice block there from Rose City.
and Vicious Van Gogo did land the foot inbounds before getting bumped out, so 3 points up.
And that block was by Tenacity of Rose.
Next up on the Jam on Hawthorne jammer line, Zip for Rose City and Swanson, number 68, jamming for Arch Rival. 18-point game now, 57-39. 10 minutes to go in the first half.
And that's a forearm penalty. That is number 21 for Rose, Stan the Woman.
And Stan almost running over 2 players who were falling down out of bounds, but able to evade. That was good.
There are so many obstacles in this game.
Yes.
Not all of them are in the
man.
game.
Cloak and Dragger out of the penalty box, slides in, just moves everybody out of the way so Swanson can grab lead.
Swanson engaging directly with the pack and getting great assistance from that pivot. That was Shira Powers.
And star pass off to Simonis from Zip. So number 65, now your jammer of record for Rose City.
Unfortunately not gaining the advantage of what you want from a star pass, but taking it back anyway.
And also, again, on the coming out of the penalty box and just starting hitting people. Stan the Well Man, like knocking blockers left and right to get Simonis through. So
And
big,
you know what?
big ups for Stan.
Go with your strengths.
Yes. And Simonis giving a big double hand high five. Thank you for making that work. 8 points for Arch Rival. 10-point game now, 57-47. They'll regulate her, jamming against Bricktator. They'll regulate her in this pairing. Had lead and does again. So Lil regulate her 2 for 2. Lead jammer went up against Bricktator.
And Bricktator for Arch is out of the pack on that passing run. And before it can turn into a scoring pass, Jam gets called with 2 additional points for Rose City.
Yeah, Lil regulate her listening closely to the screamings of call it from the bench.
Hey, look, as long as everyone's screaming the same thing.
Yes. Hart back out to jam against Bonnie Thunders.
And Thunders quickly moving towards the front and being thwarted with some assistance from number 23, Gallifrey. And Gallifrey knocked down in the middle of that wall.
And then turns back to defense to try and bump Hart out of bounds. All 4 blockers for arch rival.
I want to give so many props for this arch rival blocker set that we're seeing right now, because most people would be shattered by what Gallifrey was doing.
Yes.
Arch rival barely seemed to know she was there.
Just move the arm, it'll be fine. Hart dumped to the outside again as Bonnie Thunders slashes through the pack for 4. Now bolt action coming back to try some offense, then rolls back forward as the pivot Shira Powers for arch rival is serving a direction penalty.
And a very long recycle given there to Bonnie Thunders. She don't care.
No.
She's out.
Gallifrey again closing off the outside lane so that Dadbod couldn't quite get things out of the way. Dadbod knocks everyone out, but part of that everyone was Hart.
And Bonnie Thunders knocked to the outside. And that was from some momentum from bolt action, number 15 for Arch.
Shira Powers out of the box, grabs the helmet cover from a, I think, much relieved Hart. Hart had been holding it behind the back like, come on, come take this.
Yeah. I need someone to take this star, and it can only be you.
Bonnie Thunders finishes the 3rd pass, 12 points up, 6 seconds to go in the jam, and Bonnie Thunders is like, nah, I'm just going to keep going.
Because why not?
And I'm going to call out Kira Duncan for the killer apex jump from Killer Burger by a referee. That's worth 2 orders of bottomless fries.
Now, Kira Duncan, incredible skater, both for Rose City roller derby teams, but also long-term official and long-term other skating activities besides.
These jam refs this weekend have been getting quite the workout.
Yes.
So now we sit 74-47. A 27-point game, and Zip is your lead jammer. Pork chop sandwich. Not able to break out until
almost now.
Almost, but not quite.
I mean,
wow. Wow.
Pork chop passed every skater, but then got recycled back, so didn't get out of the pack.
Yeah.
So is in fact on, or would be if the jam were not called, on her passing.
Right.
But then now she's just in the box, and they're going to start with a power jam for Rose.
Forearm on the contact with Mia Palau.
Oh. That'll get you.
Yes, and a power start for number 7,000 Spring Roll with Rose City.
How many jams has Spring Roll done so far?
2. This will be Spring Roll's 2nd.
Okay, excellent. I was going to say this.
Yep.
If I was,
and there you go.
How beautiful
Also 2
was
for 2 on
that?
the jammer.
Again, looking at that beautiful defense put up by the Wheels of Justice, just there too, where the blockers are getting the points and the jammers are picking them up.
Yes. They're setting it up well, and in general, when they have the opportunity, clearing things out of the way, although now regrouping. Simona Stand-the-Woman and Gallifrey ready to meet Pork Chop Sandwich.
And once again, we see those same 4 blocker players pretending that their opposing blocker isn't even in the pack.
Yeah.
Spring Roll still gets through for another 4 points.
Now Rose kind of causing some mid-chaos in the pack. And Spring Roll pivots around for 4. Pork Chop Sandwich finally completes the initial pass on this jam. And Spring Roll. Rose able to split the pack up a bit. Spring Roll calls off the jam. 3 points on the 2nd run. That's 11 total. Takes Wheels of Justice to 89. Arch rival held scoreless for the 4th straight jam at 47.
Oof, no mercy.
No. Swanson out to jam for arch rival. Up against Bonnie Thunders. Both teams full strength. The Laughing Planet penalty box empty for the moment. And both jammers trying to occupy, it looks like, the exact same space.
Yes, they were exactly next to each other in the middle of that scrum.
Not really working.
So Thunders is reapproaching that space.
And now held at bay, Lux Furious.
And Beans is trying to can opener that inside line and does it for Bonnie Thunders, but not before Swanson gets through. Swanson is the lead jammer for arch rival. Bonnie Thunders picking up that speed skating.
Tarantula heads to the penalty box for the forearm call. And Swanson has to call off the jam because, as you said, Bonnie Thunder's right there.
Yeah. I mean,
don't risk losing points.
Yeah, you could take that risk. I wouldn't take that risk.
No. Vicious Van Gogh out to jam for arch rival. Zip with the star for the Wheels of Justice. At the jam line, brought to you by Jam on Hawthorne. Delicious breakfasts and whatnot.
Especially jam, I would assume.
Yeah, I would hope.
Hawthorne Street, nice place to go in Portland anyway. It's a good neighborhood.
Gogo pushing to the front, but held up. Simonis and Morgan Levy holding the front line. Zip tied up by 3 blockers at the back. That's going to be a high block called.
Yeah.
On Cloak and Drive. I was like, it's either going to be a multiplayer or a high block. Somebody's doing something wrong.
And Vicious Van Gogh already scoring points, crawling forward. Oh, getting knocked out, but also that same blocker knocked out as well.
Yes.
So re-enter the track, pick up your points.
And got in with the hips just behind, just on the right side of, I think that was, who was that? Was that Morgan Levy that was running back? Someone was trying to get the run back, but didn't quite get there in time.
Yeah, I think that was.
So all 4 on that run. Zip now star in hand. Maybe reaching for Gallifrey, maybe not.
Here's a reach.
Also, like kind of looking, am I going to take it, am I not?
But the jam just got called.
So Zip not making it through. An official review called by Rose City. I'm going to guess on that, was that or was that not a cut?
Yes.
Because that was super close, and from over there, it might have looked like it was.
And we're going to find out.
We will. While this timeout brought to you by Deb Count Tabor, Rose City's official realtor. We'd also like to thank, as I mentioned earlier, Jam on Hawthorne, Portland's best vegan-friendly, booze-friendly, kid-friendly, omnivore-friendly, everybody-friendly breakfast. And we'll also thank Zoom Care. It's the healthcare you need when, where, and how you want it. Zoomcare.com. This
And if there's anything that we want in roller derby, it's more healthcare.
Yes.
Please and thank you.
We got an official review that's way off to the side.
And we have
I'm going to guess there's going to be some shenanigans going on in the middle of the track. Or some sort of honorariums.
Am I on? I'm on. All right, Savo, can you turn it down for me, please? Or is that Jackie? I cannot see. Thank you. So turn that down for me. All right, hi, y'all. My name is Rocket Mean. I'm the executive director and founder of the Rose City Rollers. Welcome to the hangar. Thank you so much. First off, I would like to start off with a great big shout out to all of the officials and volunteers. Join me in giving them a big round of applause. There's a whole lot of people that flew from all over the country to make this weekend amazing. I also would like to say thank you so much to all the skaters flying from other countries and across the U.S. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I mean, like, this has been amazing derby all weekend long. So, just so excited. So many derby leagues are nonprofits. So as we roll into year end, shh. I'm hushing ya. Okay, so I'm doing it on your behalf too, skaters. So as we roll into year end, many of us are nonprofits. So if you have a league near you, I'm talking to y'all online, I'm talking to y'all in the room. If you know a skater, please consider giving to your local Derby League and helping them be supported. Derby Leagues have had a rough year. Yes. It has been a very rough year for a lot of us, Rose City included. Expenses are through the sky. So, and if you are a skater, please ask your league how to promote your year-end giving campaigns. All right, that's not my big message though, but I just had to get that part out. All right, so coming up next year, I will have been doing this job for 20 years. I know, that's hard to imagine that I started at 8 years old. But Rose City Rollers 20-year anniversary, we are not unlike most of the leagues around the world where we came together for one reason or another. Most of us came together to put on skates and tackle our friends because it sounded fun, right? And then we stayed because we found the best friends of our life. We found community that we didn't even know we needed. And we found a badass sport that we made our own. So as we roll into our 20th anniversary next year, I am beyond proud to still be at the helm of Rose City Rollers and have this wonderful rhinoceros skin that I have. And I am very, very proud to invite all of you that are in town to come back next year, same time, different place, at Veterans Memorial Coliseum for the 2024 WFTDA Global Championship in Portland, Oregon. Woo! And you want to know the funniest part? We had it 0 places on the agenda or in the announcements to say that, and thought about that yesterday. So we're always evolving. But again, you guys, I just want to say thank you so much. This has been an unbelievable weekend of Derby. I mean, you don't have first days of bracketed tournaments that amazing. So thank you so much, skaters, officials, volunteers, you the fans for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. We will see you next year at Global Championships. Enjoy the rest of the game. Thanks, y'all.
All right, we're gonna hand the mic over to some members of our All-Stars program who are gonna give away some t-shirts. Smash tag.
Here they come.
All it takes is you and I love's equation are designed. Is it gravity, your heart and mine? All I know is the stars have aligned. I could count the ways you lit up my life, but I wouldn't try. Your science I can't describe. Love unexplainably taking flight like a satellite. Ask me anything you'd like. I could answer every why. Oh, you wake me up like the morning light. Even darkness can't dim your bright eyes. You're the rising sun, the kindest sign that will be alright. Your science I can't describe. Love unexplainably taking flight like a satellite. This night, brilliantly simplified. I look at you and my heart takes flight like a satellite.
All right, we're back for the second half. Hopefully you stuck around during intermission, because I didn't even realize it was intermission. I'm like, why is Rocket Mean out there talking? What's up with this official review?
Well, because if it is right at that intermission, of course they're going to take the official
Exactly.
review in the intermission time.
And-
Why not double up?
There was a review looking for a track cut on the arch rival jammer for entering in front of a running back blocker. Upon review, the blocker did not make it back before the jammer re-entered, thus no cut will be issued.
There you go. Good use of the, I mean, if you've got an official review and it's the end of the half anyway, might as well use it.
Might as well.
Not going to get anything else.
You might be right.
You might be. So if you didn't stay tuned during intermission, Rocket Mean announcing that champs will be here in Portland next year. At
So
the
exciting.
Veterans Memorial Coliseum, a great venue. Home of champs 2016? I don't remember.
Quite
A couple
possibly.
of years ago.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Penalty board, Arch Rival 14, Rose City 8. Nobody above 3. Shira Powers and Splatter both have 3 for Arch Rival on the Rose City side. Gallifrey and Tarantula each with 2.
So honestly, not bad
Nobody's
on
in
that penalty
trouble.
board.
No, not at all. And
We
nobody's
saw a
gonna-
couple of players like get a bunch early on and then
Yeah.
calm down and
and
stop
then
doing
settle.
that. Yeah.
Exactly. And off we go. Swanson jamming against Bonnie Thunders.
And once again, kind of in the same place, in the middle of that moving forward pack.
But they are progressing, so that's something.
And they're taking slightly different tactics. You can see that Swanson is using the I will just push you till you die tactic, and Thunder's jumping around more, being more active and trying to avoid.
Yes.
And now switching around. Opposite of what I just said, each of them taking that opposite tactic. And we do
Swanson.
have a lead.
Yes, Swanson finally does push Tarantula far enough away to get through, and Bonnie Thunder's also clear but half a lap behind. Swanson, with the honor of being pointed at, squeezes through, calls off, got 3 out of the 4.
Not a bad start to the second
Not at
half.
all. 56-89, 33-point game. And Spring Roll and Vicious Van Gogh back out to the Jam on Hawthorne jam line. And everybody eagerly anticipating. Ooh, subtle maneuvers.
Yeah, we saw the Wheels of Justice. There we go. We have Spring Roll in the lead, but we saw the Wheels of Justice come up on that jam line in a tripod wall and then melt away.
Yeah,
to mess with the arch rival wall instead.
And it worked perfectly because they broke things apart just enough.
And that was such a quick hit. Oh my goodness. That was Stan the Woman hitting out an opponent just like, you're a blocker, I don't want you here. Out you go to the outside line.
Meanwhile, Spring Roll completes the scoring pass, calls off the jam. 4 points up, 93-56 now. And we'll roll back with Zip and Bricktator. Five seconds to go. Tenacity and Mia Palau sliding again forward to try and knock things out as Morgan Levy serving a penalty in the Laughing Planet penalty box.
Splatter trying to hit Tarantula out of the way and knocking her own self down to the floor in that effort.
Tarantula has been playing this game for a while.
Turns out.
Knows just how to do it.
Yeah. Not a blocker I would wish to face.
No. Bricktator had been recycled back, now pushing forward against Mia Palau. One to beat. Morgan Levy has to let her go, and Bricktator is through and is your lead jammer.
And we do unfortunately have Rose City pivot Mia Palau in the penalty box, the Laughing Planet penalty box.
So nowhere for Zip to hand off to. Tarantula trying to break up that four wall, but not much luck. And Bricktator's like, you know what? Let's just stop this now.
That's enough for me.
Another 3-point jam, 59-93. A little regulate her. Coming out to jam for Rose City. Swanson with the star for arch rival.
And again, we saw the Wheels of Justice come around and flow around the arch rival wall to come up in front to stop Swanson from making progress.
Yes.
Swanson, however, picking them off one by one.
Yeah, Swanson left with Gallifrey and Simonis and forced out of bounds. Gallifrey stays inbounds and rolls back to join up with Stan the Woman. As arch rival also doing again, great job of absorbing the shots from the blockers that are from Rose that are trying to knock them out and just keeping Zip contained.
That's something I've been extremely impressed by from Arch this whole time. Little regulator comes out to the lead, but my goodness, that arch wall, they are together.
Yes, Simona's finally able to break it free to free Little Regulator, who I think I called Zip a second ago, but apologize to the family of regulators. Hopefully they won't mount up and come after me.
They've both been wearing this star all night,
yes.
So reasonable confusion. And
Swanson on the sled at the front,
and both,
shoving.
Yeah, both
Beautiful
using
out.
that shoving technique.
Yes. Finally able to get free. As Cruella back from the penalty box.
And Dadbot makes a nasty hit for that forced call off from the floor.
Yes. It was Regulator sacrificing the chin, I think, falling forward. And I'm going to keep tapping the hips. I'm not going to put my hands out.
You know, that's why you got to keep doing your yoga and Pilates.
Yes.
You can arch your back up. You'll be okay.
Keep everything fine.
Yes.
Only two. Arch rival able to stay enough ahead. 95-59, 36-point game. 24 minutes to go. Bonnie Thunder's jamming against Hart, and Hart breaks up the middle.
Incredible work by teammate Splatter, helping keep that inside line open.
Bonnie Thunder's taken to the ground by Lux Furious.
And Bonnie Thunder's not staying down for long.
Nope. Up and jumping. Hart spins around. Splatter says call off the jam, 1-0.
And bench coach coming up from arch rival just had a quick chat with one of the officials. Not to the point of having a review, but having a little more information given
Exactly. Yeah,
to say what's happening.
both coaches rolling out to some questions. And, on a roll, ducking into the middle of the tripod to try and break it up that time. Spring roll, jamming for Rose. Vicious Van Gogh, the star for Arch Rival. Spring roll rolled to the back.
And that is a lead. Was slightly recycled, but was able to break out once again. So Vicious Van Gogh lead jam for Arch Rival.
Spring roll does get around the outside. So that will likely limit his pass to less than one.
There's a
full
wide
pass.
open inside line. Too late. I was really excited to see that.
Yes, Vicious Van Gogh says, I am not excited about that at all. I will call off the jam and get 2 points.
Closing the gap in this second half.
Definitely. Let's thank Ritual Dyes, a unique shop and dye studio in Southeast Portland, owned by a Rose City Rose Petals parent.
The Rose Petals, the feeder program.
Yes.
To the Wheels of
Juniors.
Justice eventually.
Slowly but surely.
And there we go. Zip knocked down.
Oh, and then knocked down by Tenacity as well. Is lead jammer is
And there were some whistles and
There
what
were.
looked like there was going to be a cut track, but the official indicated no pass, no penalty. So there was some action that looked like a cut that didn't end up in any advantage occurring, so they let it go.
Yes. So Zip got lead, called it off as Swanson had busted through the pack and was coming on to score. And we are going to have an official timeout. This timeout brought to you by Deb Country, Tabor, Rose City's official realtor. And we'll thank the Buffalo Gap Saloon and Eatery, John's Landing's favorite eatery and saloon.
Of all the eateries and saloons in all of Portland, that's the best one.
I would guess.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
Who am I to doubt? Also want to thank Left Turn Clothing, the official uniform and merchandise partner of the best team in the world. That team, of course, the Wheels of Justice.
As is playing out today.
Yes.
By the scoreboard, by the action,
And by the sponsor sheet.
and by the sponsor
I'm legally
sheet.
required to say that.
And we don't want to get sued up
No.
here in the announcers
I don't want
booth.
Rocket Mean to come yell at me. 79, Lil Regulate Her, jamming against 48, Bricktator. And Little Regulate Her, lane to the outside, almost caught.
One last one, did not get knocked to the outside by that pivot.
Is lead, but captured by Shira Powers at the front.
And Sheer Powers almost makes it, but nope.
Not
With
quite.
that knockdown, the Regulator was able to get through.
Bricktator, star in hand, jukes around to get back out, hopping past Stan the Woe Man. Little Regs into the pack, calls off the jam, steps over a couple of feet to grab 4 points. And that'll put us to 99-62 with 20 and a half minutes to go. I think that Hart came into the line, and I don't know who she was pointing to, but indicated the high block and then shook the finger like, no, 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 don't high block me again, whoever that was.
I see you.
I'm like, Hart is short, and short skaters get high blocked all the time just because they're short.
That is a
Relative
disadvantage
to
to their opponents, honestly.
Exactly. I'm like, it's a disadvantage to you from getting popped in the snoot a lot, but still. Bonnie Thunders, lead jammer,
And Hart is out for the initial pass.
and no one got a high block. So
And no one got a
good
high
work.
block.
pack wide open and moving, and Bonnie Thunder's moving faster. Grabs the 4 points, calls it off.
Incredible jam, a lonely Laughing Planet penalty box. This is what we like to see.
Yes.
And once again, the Wheels of Justice bench coach coming out to talk to Kurt So Good, official, just to make sure, is it so good?
Is it? Yes.
Is it good?
Is there going to be a point where the roller derby rules will follow baseball and like limit the number of times the coaches can come out. You're on the clock. So.
I think only once the coaches become a problem.
Super problem,
like
yes,
an
that's true.
impediment to the ongoing of the game.
That's fair. Lauren Much jamming against Swanson.
And honestly, I'd rather the coaches come out and have a quick, hey, what was that?
Yes.
Okay, bye, rather than stop the game.
Definitely. Lauren Much pushing towards the front as Arch now having to slide off a couple of blockers. Shira Powers last line, and Much is through to grab lead jammer.
Dadbod making a double hit, pushing 2 Wheels of Justice blockers off to the outside.
This is Lauren Much's first jam of the half, I think.
And
Staying ahead of Swanson.
but calling it off.
Did grab 4 points and burned a little extra time on that last run as everybody sped up. Let's thank 187 Killer Pads, the exclusive protective gear sponsor of Rose City Rollers. Often imitated, never duplicated. Stick with the best 187 Killer Pads. Zip and Vicious Van Gogh at the Jam on Hawthorne jam line. And this time all of the Rose City blockers up at the front.
And they're having a little more trouble than usual going up against Vicious Van Gogh.
A little bit. Splattergo trying to break things up, but nothing doing.
Yeah, Captain Vicious is having much more effectiveness. I don't know, maybe everyone's a little more tired.
Maybe.
And there is a penalty called.
Yep.
That is a forearm. By Pivot there.
Mia Palau. Oh, Vicious Van Gogh almost got that second hand down. If they could have kept one, but back in and back through. Lead jammer Vicious Van Gogh. While Zip continues to fight, now the Wheels of Justice blockers trying to break things free before coming back to defense.
And called off the jam with 3 points? 3 points.
Yes.
Here's me trying to assign 1 more point to arch rival.
107.65, a 42-point gap.
A little over 16 minutes left in the game.
Bricktator set to jam.
And then the bench coach comes up to say, like, 3 apparently very important words.
Yes, and then
To
scurry
his
back.
team.
Like, I gotta get back. Will, 5 seconds has been called. Oh.
No pass, no penalty.
No, but-
Makes it out.
Yes, but out and running, and we have no
lead
jammer
yet.
as Spring Roll took off the helmet cover, passed it off to Mia Palau.
So lost the opportunity, and there's
Yes.
a back block. So
Oh.
originally lost the opportunity to get lead, then now gave the power jam to the Wheels of Justice.
Yes. Yeah, that step forward, like, okay, I'm going to get the no impact, no penalty, or the no pass, no penalty.
And that's
maybe
fine.
getting points.
But
Trust the defense, but now.
not
I mean,
so
it's
much.
2 minutes. It's 2 minute jam. Defense still holding on. Mia Palau has the star in hand. It's yet to put it on the helmet, but still on the initial pass, so
Yeah, so
doesn't matter so much.
basically both teams gave up the opportunity to become
Yes.
lead. Both teams said, we can endure, and we shall.
Kay Woodward heads to the penalty box as Bricktator out. And Bricktator completes the first scoring pass. 3 points. As Mia Palau, 42 seconds to go on the jam, is just playing the lean against the seam game.
Yep.
And now, like, you know, maybe I'll go play defense. No, psych, I won't. I'll slip and then we'll fall down.
Well, like we said, it is a slippery track
Yes.
today. This has been, it's a beautiful and great track here at Rose City, but it is a little humid today, and that
touch.
changes the game.
Yes. Kay Woodward out of the penalty box was trying to break things free for Bricktator, and now finally Mia Palau completes the initial pass. And Bricktator, one to beat, trapped by Gallifrey.
Just saw extremely good track awareness there.
Yes.
just barely had toe stops inbound, but that's all you need. And kept
Exactly.
them barely inbound to run out and break out of the pack.
And we've got an official review called by Arch Rival. This timeout brought to you by Deb Counts Table. Welcome to PDX Timeout, the official realtor of Rose City Rollers. And let's thank Secret Aardvark, the local made flavor that kicks you in the mouth.
Ow.
Yeah. But if you like the spicy, I guess the mouth kick is good. You could
You know
probably
what?
put some on your killer burger.
Heck yeah. More spicy, more
Great
better.
Spicy burger. And it is 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, so we can talk more about booze. Two Town Cider, damn fine cider made right here in the Pacific Northwest. And we also want to thank Rogue Ales and Spirits, world-class ales, lagers, spirits, and canned cocktails, also made right here in Oregon.
And also served right here.
Yes, at the hangar at Oaks Park.
So if ever you were wondering, should I attend a game in person? The answer is yeah.
Absolutely.
Come on by. You think that this is fun on YouTube, and you're right, it is. Come on down, see it in person.
More
Hear all these
fun in
people
person.
yelling for their teams.
Yes. And we're getting the wave going earlier. I don't know. Oh, here it comes.
Here it comes.
It's not really on camera, but that's all right.
Well, we
It's
can
right below us. so.
trust us. It happened.
It was a wave. It went part way.
Yeah.
The team benches never participate, or didn't earlier the last time they tried, which was kind of sad. I'm like, come on, it's an official timeout. You can do the wave.
They have very important things to do.
Yes.
They're trying to win this game.
All right, let us hear what is what.
Arch Rival was looking for a penalty on the jammer of the previous jam for a low block. Upon review, no low block will be issued. Arch loses their official review.
All right.
Yeah.
You have to be right in order to keep the review
You
and
do.
have it another day.
You do indeed.
But, you know, it's slightly less than half the half is over. We're nearing the end of the game. You might as well use your official review
Right.
if you think you got a shot.
Gave the teams a little extra breather. Bonnie Thunders jamming against Swanson. Swanson pushing forward. Thunders recycled to the back. And again forced out and rolled back by 15 bolt action.
And leaps into that seam to try to break originally. Helped out by Beans. But Beans has got to go deal with that arch rival jammer Swanson.
Bean says, I need to kickstand for Alicia Nesbitt-Smith and Tarantula.
And again, against those three blockers,
Yeah, right?
Swanson is still pushing them forward. The power in
Yeah.
that jammer is intense.
Bonnie Thunder strapped at the back. All four arch rival blockers holding on there. As Tenacity and now Beans spreading out to bridge to keep the pack a thing. Oh, Swanson forced out, rolls back. And forced again.
And that bridge becomes a wall.
Yep. Swanson choosing to go back behind the whole pack. Now a direction to play penalty being called. We're a minute 15 into the jam. No lead jammer yet declared.
And that was Tenacity, number 210 for Wheels of Justice. And wide open interior.
Finally, that one missing blocker. Like, there's got to be a space. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Bonnie Thunders forced out, rolled back by Splatter.
And again, looking almost puzzled that the way was so open. Swanson
Right.
comes
What
in
happened?
for 4 more points.
Who's going to sneak out and get me? Bonnie Thunders almost cleared again, rolled out and back. Shira Powers also being run back.
Swanson almost did it again, but the Wheels of Justice blockers came in and said, oh, wait, no. This time, that opening will be closed. There will be no inside line for you.
2 points for Swanson on the last pass. 6 total now is 107.78. So we're 29 points, 12 minutes to go. Wheels of Justice now held scoreless for 3 jams.
Good job, arch rival.
Yes. And Rose City will send out Lil Regulate Her. Try and break that string. Hart jamming for Arch Rival, and Hart is through. Ooh, sneaky.
Because it really looked like it was going to be a little regulate her jam.
It did. Door opened by Dadbod and then closed by Simonis.
Oh, incredible.
And Little Regulator steals a point, 1-1. Ticking towards 11 minutes to go, still 29 points. Lauren Much out to jam against Vicious Von Gogo. Everybody trying the outside, nothing going. Vicious Von Gogo goes to the inside. Dadbot able to clear just a little bit, but not enough.
And the arch wall staring at each other and the ground to see what's going on. And I think
Yeah, Lauren Much.
we might have an injury.
Yeah. Much has got the knee
Yeah.
wrapped and is kind of grabbing it and rolling back towards the bench. Yeah, she took a hard hit and looked at the ref like, no, I can't keep going on
Yeah, and she's going to get some medical attention. And we have incredible medical staff here at Rose City. So I'm hoping she's going to be okay. She actually
We'll see.
seemed to take herself off pretty well.
Yeah, she's
So I feel good about that.
kind of
Yeah. Clearly
favoring
saying
the side.
I do not wish to hurt myself further.
Yeah.
Let's
very good call.
call that, yeah.
So we stay 108-79. Brick Tater jamming against Zip. Oh, Zip
Was that a
Picking up-
head?
might be. I don't know, but Brick Tater is the lead jammer. We'll see what comes up on the penalty board.
That was a high block.
high block. Ah, all
Extremely
right.
high, I
Yeah, I
think.
guess. Yes. We got two blockers in the penalty box for Rose City, Alicia Nisbet-Smith and Mia Palau.
And you can just hear all those arch rival fans
Yes.
getting excited.
Oh!
Huge hit. And Wheels of Justice saying, that was legal?
Yeah.
And I think if it's in the right spot, yeah.
Exactly.
You can hit as
Gallifrey
hard
was
as
like,
you
what
want.
just happened? I'm like, you were facing someone running at you. What do you expect to happen? That's half of the sport. The joy of the turn around and face someone is you're opening up the entire engagement zone.
Yup. And Zip doing a bunch of spinning moves to try to get past, and it works.
Meanwhile, Brick Tater heads a recycled whale back to the back, taps the hips, calls off the jam. All 4 points.
And hear that joy from arch rival
Yes.
fans. Everybody loves an underdog.
Yeah, now we're at a 17-point game. 91-108. 9 minutes to go.
Arch has really picked this up.
Yeah, they are mounting a comeback. Last 5 jams?
Yeah.
Wheels of Justice has scored 1, and Arch has scored a lot more than that. I can't do the math. But Bonnie Thunder says, I will show you how to get points,
Right.
starting by getting lead jammer.
I've been doing this since time immemorial.
That's right. And skating longer than some of you have been alive. That's probably not true.
It's probably not true, but it's close enough to being true that I take it as sole fact.
Certainly it's longer than some members of the Rosebuds have been alive.
Definitely that.
Swanson forced out by Tarantula and now has to roll all the way back. Shira Powers trying to help Swanson get through the pack. And everybody tips over. Bonnie Thunders.
With a graceful leap
Yes.
to the outside. And glancing back to see Swanson trying to speed up. And we'll see. I'm going to bet that Bonnie's going to try to get a couple more points. And indeed,
Yep.
cuts out arch rival who gets 0, but Bonnie gets a total of 7.
Yeah, I think Shira Powers was able to stay just enough ahead to keep the full 4, but excellent work. 7 up, now 115-91. We're back to 24 points in the game. Spring roll. Now to jam against Vicious Van Gogo. Vicious Van Gogh pushing at the front, spring roll, trying for the inside edge. Now looking to the outside and met by Bolt Action.
Bold Action just getting right into the middle, saying, no wall shall stop my jammer.
Now Vicious Van Gogh trying outside lane.
Bolt went to the outside to try to indicate, hey, maybe I can help you. Wasn't quite able to make it happen.
Oh, and a high block called on Vicious Van Gogh, who's grabbing her nose. So
that's not ideal.
Not how you want to hit someone, is with your own face.
Please don't hit with your face.
No. Spring roll recycled back. We're a minute into the jam, still no lead. But it is open.
And spring roll's looking strong, spinning around, and has gotten lead. Has been recycled. And is being demanded to call it off.
Bench is like, look, we have a power start.
I'm sorry, that bench coach was so vociferously saying, there is no other option. If you ignore me now, you are dead in my eyes.
Yes, Gallifrey a little shaken up at the end of that play. Rolling back to the bench, or to go get checked by the medic. So
that's more medic action than we've seen in a few games. I believe it's because it's the last game and everyone's a little tired.
Might be, yeah, a little tired, and also, you know, people want to win the championship game of the tournament. Little regulator jamming was on a power start. Vicious Van Gogh out of the penalty box now. Tenacity heading there to the Laughing Planet penalty box for a multiplayer block. And hey, Vicious Van Gogh, lead jammer. We'll regulate her. Caught at the back, holding the star in the hand.
Kay Woodward giving some excellent assistance to the jammer, trying to break up those wheels of justice in their wall.
And kind of, providing that forward block assist, but now having to step back is Woodward.
And just as we got, and there's a timeout. There is a timeout being called by Arch.
Which is good. Arch has two timeouts remaining now that we'll have one after this. 4.5. Got 3 points, so it's 94 to 115. That's a 21-point game. Good time to stop the clock.
Heck yeah. And then they still have
one
timeout left if they want to extend the game at the end, if they need a little more rest or break between that. It's all good.
Rose City has all their timeouts and their official review. They have no incentive to stop the clock right now.
But they could. They could take all the time in the world.
They could if they wanted to. So we heard about Champs being here in Portland next November, right around this time. But if you're looking for Derby sooner than that, in March of 2024, the Dallas Derby Devils are hosting the Clover Cup. That'll be in North Richland Hills, Texas. Tickets and information at clovercup.com, just in case you want to go to Texas in March.
And I mean, that's always a terrific tournament.
Yeah.
That's, again, if this is the kind of derby you want to see, that is also the kind of derby
great place to go.
Yes.
And it won't be 1,000 degrees like it is in July. Only time I've been to Texas, it was July, and it was like 105 degrees. It was horrible.
That's
I'm a
rough
Northwesterner.
time.
I don't like that. Not my weather. All right, Hart jamming against Zip. 4:35 to go in the game. 21 points.
And Hart just leaping, trying to hit that inside line.
So close, but not
inside line hit her instead.
Yes. Zip had been recycled back and is now caught at the front. Pack being redefined farther back. Hart pushing.
And they're pushing hard. And again, Hart is one of those players that's like a flea almost, just jumping from place to place to place. Can't even tell which way they'll go.
Whistle called, sends Bolt Action to the penalty box for a direction of play.
Ooh.
And we'll be joined by Kay Woodward. And that will
That was for illegal position.
Man, I thought Zip was going to be wide open, and then Shira Powers just suddenly appeared right in the way. Like, wow, where did you come from? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the power of Grayskull.
Cloak and Dragger helping out, and
Hart
is almost steps over and called for the high block.
So
Hart's like, skater fell right in front and could not really avoid the contact, but it is contact to the upper body, so that's illegal.
It is what it is. It's just, especially at this time with that height of emotion.
And I think On a Roll also ending up in the penalty box.
Yep.
The bench is like, hey, Hart, you're in the wrong seat. You need to move one to the left. It's okay. All right, so Zip is
North Star.
Zip, meanwhile, is on a scoring pass because I think Hart had been declared lead just before the penalty. And Hart released from the box.
And we are having another conversation in the center.
Zip did collect 2 points.
I don't think this is
leaving.
I don't think this is going to be an actual timeout or review, but both coaches are in the center talking to Kira Duncan.
Yep. Arch rival can't. That would have been, if they'd had an official review, they would have used it there, I think, to see if that penalty should have been a penalty. But either way, we're down to 2 minutes to go. 23-point game. Bonnie Thunders and Swanson.
Thunders out immediately. Swanson not struggling, but still not out.
There is a little bit of time between the period clock and the jam clock.
So Arch really could call for one last jam.
They could call for one last jam if they can force this to get called off. Well, regardless.
Regardless, yeah. At the end of the jam, they just need to instantly call that timeout if they want that last jam.
Swanson is clear. Bonnie Thunders gets the 4 points, calls off the jam.
And that timeout is being called.
Yep.
Unsurprising. I mean, even if you're not going to get 30 points in one jam, you can get your stats better by reducing that distance between, the winning team and your own.
Exactly. So one last call. If you are in the Portland area and you just you couldn't get a ticket because this is a sold-out event, you're watching us on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. But there's plenty of stuff coming up that you could attend. The weekend of November 18th and 19th, we start off on the 18th with a doubleheader for the adults. GNR, Rutgers, Texas, and Montana. It's a unique interstate doubleheader on the 18th. And on the 19th, Junior Derby is the future. You can get tickets to Rose City Rollers Juniors doubleheader. All the tickets for all of those things at rollerderbytickets.com.
And don't let the name Juniors fool you.
Oh, no.
Those juniors are intense, and they always have a great game.
That they do. All right, the Jam on Hawthorne Jam Line dance party is over. Bricktator set to jam against Spring Roll.
I mean, that's what you get when you get great DJs in here.
Yes.
That's the consequence.
Consequence is Ona Roll's going to just get after it. Bricktator also getting after it. Stays in bounds. Simonis falls out.
Spring Roll recycled, and we do have a penalty being called.
And Bricktator forced out. Spring Roll leads Jammer. Now Spring Roll opting to engage.
And Cloak and Drag Her from Arch was out on illegal position. And now we have a directional for On a Roll for Rose.
Spring Roll cuts through, grabs the 4 points, calls off the jam. So we'll get one more jam out of the game. Spring Roll choosing not to play the victory formation. I'm just going to stand here and watch the clock go down until we're at 29 seconds and then call the game. Which is fun for everyone, and it gives Little Regulator another chance to jam. And also Swanson.
All right.
So 31 points separating the teams.
And there's a timeout from Rose. And why not? They have all their timeouts.
They do. They haven't used anything. This timeout brought to you by Deb Counts Tabor, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers. Let's see, who haven't we thanked? The Laurelhurst Theater, bringing the best of classic and modern cinema to Portland. And we'll also thank Dr. Tim Williams, Rose City's sports medicine partner.
And Dr. Tim will be calling you a lot more after this game.
There'll
Sorry
be
and thank you.
A few skaters giving Dr. Tim a ring. Rhythmic clapping. Currently.
You know, I again, all day, all weekend, I've loved the sportsmanship. Arch rival having a dance party at their bench, knowing that they played hard, they played great.
That they did.
It's been a terrific game.
Arch rival with 2 blockers in the box, Cloak and Dragger and Splatter in that Laughing Planet penalty box. On a roll, serving the direction of play penalty for Rose City. 3-on-2 advantage for the Wheels of Justice.
And non-skating official Rex Blocker giving that rolling whistle, saying, all right, that's enough dancing. It's time to get back to Derby.
He's like, save it for the after party.
And here we are. Final jam of the final game of 2023's Hometown Throwdown.
The regulator starting on the outside, tried the in, then moving back. Swanson caught up.
And that's another forearm.
Ooh, forearm for
and a misconduct.
Yeah, Lisa Nisbet-Smith not leaving soon enough, gets the misconduct. Little regulator spinning, and then forced out by bolt action. That's on a roll in, knocking Shira Powers out of the way. And finally, Swanson is clear. The lead jammer, we got 1:20 to go in the jam.
And as long as they can keep Little Regulator in check, Swanson has a little bit of a chance to help her team on this final score.
Oh, Swanson forced out on a roll with that late shoulder.
It was extremely good move from on a roll. Speaking of extremely good, there is Little Regulator.
Yes, Little Regs clears. Swanson taps the hips, 4 points up, and that will be the game. Your unofficial final, which is pretty official, I think, at this point, 98-125. So the Wheels of Justice host the tournament and win the tournament. That's kind of what you want when you're the home team, right?
When you're the home team, come on, you got all your fans in the house.
Exactly.
You brought in all of the best teams that were in flying distance in the world, including, frankly, Victorian.
I know.
Not quite flying distance, but willing to come in anyway.
Clearly flying enough, not quick. So your final results for the 2023 Hometown Throwdown. Number 1, Wheels of Justice. Second place goes to arch rival Denver. Picks up third after beating Victorian Roller Derby League. They will land in fourth. Montreal edged out the Axles of Annihilation from Rose City for fifth place. And Black Diaspora in arguably the most exciting game of the game.
Oh.
Because it ended with a tie game into the last jam.
It was today's first game with Black Diaspora,
that was great.
in which they won at the last moment, was some of the best derby I've seen in years.
That was excellent. So Black Diaspora takes 7th, Angel City in 8th place. Angel City fought super hard in all of their games, and just that last one just couldn't quite get ahead. Freight Train getting the lead.
And again, when you're playing teams of this level, being 8th place at this level, that's still pretty great.
All right, so thank you for tuning in to the Rose City Rollers Hometown Throwdown here on YouTube. I'm Scott Chicken.
I'm Mamie Eisenhower.
And you can now go to your own private after party.
In a way
have medals. All right. Last, where are you? Oh, past president, WFTDA Last is going to help me give out awards. Are we ready? We have medals. All right. Come here. Do some announcing. You're so good at it. All right. We're going to start off with second place. We'll move on to first place. We'll take some photos. We'll call it a day. We'll go to an after party at Bossa Nova. Skaters, officials, volunteers, I have drinks for you, and we've got pizza. Just saying. All right, we ready? Arch rival, are you ready? You want to get in a line? Let's do some awards. All right, here's how it's going to go. Arch, you're going to stand right there. We're going to put medals on your head, and then you're going to end up here. Yeah, you're going to announce, and then I'm going to do it. All right. Stand right there.
All right, so here we go. We're going to have our second place team here, arch rival, All-Stars, coming through to get the medals from Rocket Mean here. All right. Very exciting, very great weekend of roller derby. We'd like to thank everyone for coming out. These teams from all over the world, like Rocket Mean said earlier. Congratulations to arch rival. Great job. Congratulations, everyone. They're being anointed. Great job. Congratulations. There we go. Everybody needs one. There we go. Thank you guys very much. Congratulations. Second place team, arch rival. All right, now some awesome interweb photo opportunity. And they want the coaches in there. All right. All right, congratulations. Stay right there. Stay right there. We'll have to have a photo with everybody. And now, for the champions of 2023 Hometown Throwdown, give it up for your own hometown Wheels of Justice. Super great weekend of derby. Oh, the fans weren't doing it. All right, congratulations once again to the Wheels of Justice, our hometown throwdown champions. And now for the big group photo with everyone. Thank you all so much for coming out. It was a great weekend of derby. I hope everybody had as much fun as I did.
This